You know that feeling, right? That desperate, sinking feeling that you just need more time, that you're always one step behind, just wishing you had a few extra hours to finally catch up. But what if I told you that whole idea is a complete lie?
I mean, come on, who hasn't wished for that? You think, man, if I just had a 30-hour day, then I could get it all done. Finish that project, learn that skill, finally get my life together. It's this universal belief that the clock is our biggest enemy.
Oh, this used to be my personal theme song. Seriously, I would complain to literally anyone who would listen that I was just completely buried, that it was impossible to keep up. I was 100% convinced the problem was the number of hours in the day and not me. And that right there, that brings us to the very heart of this, the giant myth that we just don't have enough time. It's a really convenient story we tell ourselves, but a conversation I had a while back just completely shattered that illusion for me.
It was this question, this one simple question from a friend that changed everything. I was right in the middle of my usual, I'm so busy, I'm so overwhelmed speech, and he just cut right through all the noise with this. I kind of laughed it off, guessed, maybe an hour or so. I was wrong. I was very, very wrong.
5 hours. Can you believe that? That was the number staring back at me from my phone screen time app. I had spent 5 hours, a huge chunk of my day, on my phone. And you know the craziest part? I barely remember doing it. It was like a black hole of time that had just vanished.
And what was I doing for those 5 hours? Was it anything important, anything productive? Nope. It was just mindless scrolling on social media, watching random videos I didn't care about, playing dumb games. I was basically picking my own pocket and then complaining about being broke on time.
That was a massive wake-up call. I finally realized the problem wasn't a lack of time. The problem was the thief who was stealing it. And that thief was me, and my total lack of clear priorities.
So here's the most crucial point of this whole thing. It is not a time problem, it's a priority problem. We all have the exact same 24 hours. The difference between the people who get things done and those who feel like they're always drowning isn't some secret 25th hour. It's all about how they decide what's actually important. This is such a critical shift in your mindset. Saying I don't have time puts you in the passenger seat. It's a victim mindset. Time is just happening to you. But the moment you change that phrase to, it's not a priority, boom, you're back in the driver's seat. It becomes a choice, and you're the one making it. And once you realize you are in control, you have to start thinking about time completely differently. You have to understand what it's truly worth, because it isn't just seconds ticking by on a clock, it's something way, way more valuable than that. Here's a great place to start. Think about your time like it's money. I mean, if someone came up to you and asked for $20, you'd think about it, right? You'd want to know what for. And yet, we give away hours of our day to social media apps and just okay TV shows without even a second thought. No, seriously, think about that for a second. Would you actually pull out your wallet and hand over cold, hard cash to sit through an hour of a show you find boring? Of course not. That sounds insane. So why in the world are you paying for it with your time, which is so much more valuable because you can never earn it back? And this gets to the absolute brutal truth of it. We have to stop thinking of it as spending time. We're not. We are spending our life. Every hour you give to something is an hour of your existence that you are trading away forever. So you have to ask, is that mindless scrolling really worth an hour of your one and only life? Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it, right? How do you go from knowing this stuff to actually living it? Well, it's a lot simpler than you'd think. It's a practical system you can start today.
It really just boils down to these 3 steps. First, you have to get brutally honest and figure out what actually matters to you. Not what you think should matter, but what truly does. Second, you put those things on your calendar first, like they're unbreakable appointments. Don't wait for free time to magically appear. You make the time. And third, everything else has to fit in around those big priorities, or it simply doesn't happen.
When I started doing this, the results were, immediate. I pretty much stopped the endless scrolling. I quit watching TV shows just because they were on. I learned the incredible power of saying no to things. And I stopped that really clever form of procrastination. You know the one, where you do productive things, like organizing your desk for an hour, just to avoid the real work. And here's the absolute craziest part of it all. I ended up with more free time, not less. By being ruthless about my priorities and just cutting out all the junk that was filling my days,
I suddenly had these huge pockets of time that I never even knew existed. I wasn't busier, I was just way more focused.
So, I want to leave you with a challenge. Something you can start doing the minute this is over that will completely change your relationship with time. I promise.
For just 1 week, that's it, 7 days. Track your time. Write down what you are actually doing every hour. Not what you plan to do, but what you really do. It might be uncomfortable. You might even be shocked like I was. But here's the thing. You cannot change what you do not measure.
Because this, right here, is the fundamental truth we've been building towards this whole time. The solution isn't some magical 30-hour day. It's simply reclaiming the hours you are already giving away for free to things that don't serve you, that don't match your goals, and that don't make your life any better.
So, I'll leave you with this one last question. After watching this, after starting to think about your time not as minutes but as the actual currency of your life, what's the first thing you're going to stop buying?